In Stop Doing That End Self-Sabotage and Demand Your Life Back Gary John Bishop explores the deeply ingrained patterns of self-sabotage that keep people from achieving their full potential. He argues that these destructive behaviors stem from subconscious beliefs formed early in life, often shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, and personal insecurities. These beliefs, though often unexamined, dictate how people see themselves and the world, creating a self-fulfilling cycle of failure, disappointment, and stagnation. Bishop's central premise is that individuals unknowingly reinforce their own suffering through their actions, thoughts, and perceptions, but they have the power to change this by taking full responsibility for their lives. Bishop asserts that people operate under an internal narrative, a story they have crafted about themselves based on past experiences. This story becomes the lens through which they interpret every situation, often leading them to sabotage their own success. He explains that these narratives are not necessarily true but are powerful enough to shape behavior. For instance, if someone believes they are unworthy of love, they will subconsciously act in ways that push people away, reinforcing that belief. Until these stories are confronted and rewritten, they will continue to control one's life. One of the most insidious aspects of self-sabotage, Bishop explains, is that it often masquerades as rational decision-making. People justify their inaction, procrastination, or self-destructive behaviors with logical-sounding excuses, convincing themselves that they are making the best choices when, in reality, they are simply avoiding discomfort or change. These justifications allow them to remain stuck while feeling as though they are making reasonable decisions, making it difficult to recognize the cycle they are trapped in. Bishop challenges the common tendency to blame external circumstances for personal struggles. He argues that while external factors can influence a person's life, they do not define it. The real issue is how one responds to these circumstances. Those who continuously blame their upbringing, relationships, or environment for their failures are giving away their power. He urges readers to stop viewing themselves as victims and start accepting accountability for their choices, as real change can only come from within. A major theme in the book is the idea that people are addicted to their own suffering. Bishop suggests that, at some level, individuals find comfort in their struggles because these struggles validate their self-perception. They may claim to want happiness, success, or love, but their subconscious mind clings to the patterns that reinforce their long-held beliefs about themselves. This is why many people repeatedly find themselves in the same toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, or self-destructive habits. To break free from these patterns, Bishop advises shifting focus from what one thinks to what one does. Thoughts, he explains, are often unreliable and shaped by the past, but actions have the power to reshape the future. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, confident, or ready, he encourages readers to take immediate action toward their goals. By repeatedly choosing actions that align with their desired identity rather than their ingrained fears, they can create new, empowering patterns. Bishop also discusses the importance of emotional resilience. He acknowledges that change is difficult and that setbacks are inevitable, but he emphasizes that resilience is built through persistence. People often give up too soon, expecting immediate results, when in reality, true transformation requires sustained effort. He advises readers to embrace discomfort and uncertainty as necessary parts of growth rather than as signs of failure. One of the book's key insights is the notion that self-sabotage is rooted in fear, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, and even fear of happiness. People may unconsciously believe that achieving their goals will come with consequences, such as increased pressure, scrutiny, or the loss of familiar struggles that have defined them. This fear leads them to engage in behaviors that ensure they never have to face those imagined outcomes, keeping them trapped in their current state. Bishop argues that self-awareness alone is not enough to create change. Many people recognize their patterns of self-sabotage but remain stuck because they do not take action. He warns against overanalyzing and intellectualizing problems without making tangible changes. Overthinking can become another form of self-sabotage, a way to avoid actually doing the hard work of transformation. To overcome self-sabotage, Bishop emphasizes the power of commitment. He encourages readers to stop making half-hearted efforts and instead fully commit to their personal growth. This means abandoning the excuses, distractions, and doubts that keep them from progressing. True commitment involves showing up every day, even when it is difficult, and prioritizing personal growth over temporary comfort. Another critical point Bishop makes is the necessity of forgiveness, both for oneself and for others. Holding on to resentment, guilt, or regret only reinforces self-sabotaging behaviors by keeping individuals tethered to the past. Letting go of these emotional burdens allows people to move forward with a sense of freedom rather than being weighed down by past mistakes and perceived injustices. Bishop dismantles the myth that change is a slow and complicated process. While self-improvement is ongoing, he argues that transformation can begin instantly. The moment a person decides to break free from their limiting beliefs and take action, they set a new course for their life. It is not about waiting for the right time or the perfect circumstances but about making the choice, here and now, to stop doing what keeps them stuck. Throughout the book, Bishop maintains a blunt and no-nonsense tone, delivering his message with tough love. He does not offer sympathy for those stuck in self-sabotage but rather a direct challenge to take control of their lives. His approach is designed to shake readers out of complacency, forcing them to confront the ways they are holding themselves back. Ultimately, Stop Doing That ** is a wake-up call for anyone who feels stuck in repetitive cycles of self-destruction. Bishop provides a clear, actionable roadmap for breaking free from limiting beliefs and taking ownership of one's life. His core message is that individuals have far more control over their circumstances than they believe, and by recognizing and dismantling their self-imposed limitations, they can create a future that aligns with their true potential.